Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. I'm James, and today the SCAC 8 and 8 Tour is in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
And I'm Krista, and we're at the Garden of the Gods, only a few miles away from Colorado College. Welcome to SCAC 8 and 8, and we are at
Colorado College. This is SCAC 8 and 8, and this little tool is completely foreign to me. We're here with head coach Sean Woods of the men's lacrosse team, and I'm going to attempt to try and catch some lacrosse balls. Here we go.
Put your stick out in front, keep it up. Just try and let it land right in that basket there. All right. 0 for 1.
Start.
0 for 1. Nice and easy. Oh, there you go.
All right, look at that.
Natural. Natural.
Go catch it.
There it is.
Oh, look at that.
There it is.
We're on a roll. Better than this in basketball.
Take an out pattern.
Yeah. Come across.
Sure.
Look at that.
Woo!
All day. Great coach. That's the biggest thing.
It's all about.
Oh, and it goes all the way down.
You got your video.
Go.
Do you follow through, or do
You try and follow through to your target, but we're going a little light. When you're catching it, get your stick a little further in front, probably. There you go. Boom.
Well done, James.
First time. First time. There you go. Depending on your position, if you're an attackman, you're taught to defend your stick at all times. So you would cradle a lot of times one-handed while the defender would approach. So you can literally defend it with your arm and keep your stick protected nice and tight. Right. So no matter if he's throwing checks or trying to body you up, you can still. And because of the the force that the cradling causes, it keeps the ball pretty secure. Now, if you're a midfielder running up the field, you might have a two-handed cradle because you got a short stick on you that will take it away from you. Goalies have a big upright cradle before they clear your pass. Then defensemen will have a 6-foot pole, and their cradling is done a lot out in front, so they can defend their stick. Right. So it's mainly, if I'm trying to teach you how to cradle, you think of it as kind of extending your arm and bringing it up and down.
Curl.
Yeah, only curl, twist your whole wrist over, and then twist it all the way back, and then come up with your arm. So
Okay.
So
Might take a little more time with this.
yeah, this might be next level.
Yeah. It's all right. We can give it a shot.
Come up with your arm.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Let's move a little bit. Let's move a little bit.
Your arm, and then obviously when you come up, don't just come up with your arm, kind of curl over with your wrist and then back down. There you go. Just a little faster. Bingo.
That's
Kind of midfielder stick work there. So maybe you're a midi in your past life.
Maybe. I don't even know what that means, but.
It's pretty good.
Cool. So they do this when they're running up and down the field?
Yeah, kind of. Because if you're running, if you're just trying to hold your stick straight and run, and a defender kind of hit your stick, it would pop
Knock
out.
it out.
But if you're cradling hard, just even if someone hits your stick, the force should keep it in. So it's
Okay.
kind of a big, important part of it. Our best players can shoot in the mid-90s, and with a hard lacrosse ball, you can see why I didn't play goalie. But generally speaking, to develop and get velocity, it starts with your legs. You're obviously trying to step forward as far as you can to get that torque, and then elbows up, and then follow all the way through with your legs. So it's basically like a picture of pitcher's motion. He's reaching back, and then he's following all the way through. It's very similar to that, but with two hands. You get a lot more torque because you have a 4-foot stick in your hand. So essentially speaking, it looks something like this.
You move your hand down,
Yeah, to get more torque. You're about good right there.
and then you're stuck.
Bingo.
Maybe a little wider.
Yeah, reach back a little further with that. There you go. Now just step forward, crank. Yeah, there you go. That's all there is to it.
Awesome. This is SCAC 8 and 8, and our coach now joins us, Sean Woods. We appreciate you taking the time with us to show us around campus, show us around the facilities and everything.
My pleasure, James.
First tell us where'd you come from, where did you play college, and how'd you get to Colorado College?
I grew up in Rhode Island, where lacrosse wasn't big at the time, but I developed a passion for it about 7th, 8th grade. Went off to play at Division III school called Hartwick College in Oneonta, New York. Played there for 4 years. Developed a passion for coaching along the way. Used to work a lot of camps when I was a player, and then right out of college, I was lucky enough to get a second assistant job at Brown University. Really high quality D1 for lacrosse. Kind of cut my teeth there. Learned how to recruit. Learned how to really coach and kind of motivate young men. And then I moved on to Washington College for 3 years as an assistant coach. They're kind of a power at Division III for lacrosse on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. Had a great experience there, learned a lot under the head coach there, J.B. Clark, and then got my first head coaching opportunity in my last stop, which was Mars Hill College down in North Carolina. So, but I've always, Ken and I had a relationship before I got out here. Always kept my eye on CC as a great school, great academics, and you throw in a setting of Colorado and first-class facilities. I think it's an easy school to recruit, and it's a great place to work. So
I was going to say, you look behind us, you see the mountains behind us. I mean, is there any better-looking facility than this?
Not in my opinion. I mean, it'd be hard-pressed to find a Division III facility that is like this, especially with our new facility inside. We have varsity-only weight room, 3 gyms, brand-new fitness center, brand new offices for the coaches, 40-person film room for coaches to kind of help develop and teach students and players. I really think from a facility standpoint and a support standpoint, it's second to none.
You just mentioned a little bit about the new facilities, the new offices and such. Touch on that a little bit, when they were constructed and how that process went down. And as we mentioned, as we just saw, very, very nice.
Yeah, they started digging and started putting together the plans for this facility actually the year before I got here, which I guess was 2011. And then when I arrived here, they were digging and starting to get everything going for the new facility. Obviously, they worked on the varsity side of things first, finished that up about a year and a half ago, and this new fitness center actually just got finished up this past March. So it's all come together pretty quickly. The construction crew was on time, and Ken and Greg and all the other administrators did a great job of raising the money for it. So here we are.
Yeah, Colorado College, your men's lacrosse program has really become not only a powerhouse in the SCAC, but really has become one of the well-known schools nationally. How has this program been able to evolve and become such a well-known and respected program?
Well, I think support is huge. We have unbelievable support in our athletic department, but also our alums. This is actually our 50th anniversary coming up this spring, so people don't know that, but we've got a lot of alums who have come through this program and look to give back, and not just from a money standpoint, but they show up in the stands, they email us, they're constantly writing letters of support. So it needs to start there. And then you throw on top of that first-class facilities, and along with obviously a great academic school to recruit. So I think from a recruiting standpoint, we're in great shape, and that's where it starts. And then once you get a great caliber athlete that's ambitious, and usually the gentlemen that come into our program with the block plan and the academics they have to go through, they are ambitious. They want to be great. They want to work hard, and they're smart. So you can teach them, and they want to learn. So kind of a combination of all those things has put us in a spot to compete on a national level. And I think I would give a lot of the credit to the alums and the support that we're provided.
Tell me a little bit about the athletic department, the coaches and administrators you get to work with every day.
This is the best athletic department I've ever worked in as far as relationships. I mean, we really support each other. It's unique. We have Division I hockey and women's soccer, but we also have a good amount of Division III sports, and we work together. We support each other. We get our athletes out for each other's games, and it really is from a cohesive and support standpoint, it's a really great staff to work with.
Now you saw our lacrosse experience. You're asking if we had some experience. I don't know if we do, but you can see the
potential.
Absolutely,
Call it.
Yeah, the world-class athletes we are. There's also a little rock climbing facility. What do you think? You think we can handle something like that?
You guys can try it. You won't catch me up there.
Never.
So probably not. I've got a heights issue, but I'll encourage you. I'll coach you up from below if you guys want to do it.
If you coach as well as you coach lacrosse, I think we'll be good to go there. Tell me a little bit about your upcoming team. Obviously, you just got finish with some off-season ball. Things will get going in the spring. Tell me what you saw this off-season.
I'd tell you, we get 4 weeks of basically 4 days a week, obviously Division III rules, and we have a relatively young team. We have a good-sized freshman class and a good-sized sophomore class. But I loved what I saw. They're really it's a group that works hard. I think they understand what it's going to take to win, and we have our leadership, our 6 seniors, kind of pushing them and pulling them, making them understand that it's not going to come easy. But they also have a lot of fun. So I think that combination this fall has set us up well for the off season. And obviously they'll be their job. They're on their own to make sure they're committing themselves to the weight room and agilities, and working with Coach Cronin, our strength and conditioning coach, to make sure that their bodies are ready for a spring season. But I saw a lot of potential from our young guys. Our returners came back in shape and ready to go and focused. And I think we had overall a very good fall season.
Now you've mentioned, Colorado College Lacrosse approaching its 50th season. Tell me a little bit, from your eyes, how lacrosse has grown as a sport nationally. Obviously, especially in the D3, if you look at the old SCAC members, some teams that started picking up, and then you see some of the schools in Texas who were starting to add. Just what have you seen in the growth of lacrosse from a national standpoint?
Well, I guess dating back to when I was a kid and kind of growing up in high school and even in college, the bulk of your NCAA schools were going to be in the Northeast or in the Mid-Atlantic. Now what you're seeing is Texas schools, Midwest, Southeast, all adding lacrosse because they see the value of it, not just from a competitive standpoint, but from a school standpoint. But I think there are athletes everywhere, and lacrosse is growing, and it's one of those sports where if you can get a stick in a kid's hands at an early age, it's really, they become passionate about it. It still has that buzz about it. But I think, I'm traveling to Dallas next weekend for recruiting. We recruit out in California. I was in the Southeast this summer. There is great lacrosse in every area of our country now, whereas maybe 20 years ago you could probably restrict that to just the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. So it's great to see. I think it's a sport on the rise. Obviously, it's the fastest growing sport on a national level, year by year. So I think we're heading in the right direction. I think with some support from some other schools to add, I really think it can be a national sport.
Coach Woods, we'll get you out on this. Just tell me a little bit about the future of Colorado College Lacrosse. You obviously go into next season coming up, but what do you envision for the future of this program?
I think, honestly, I want to be held in the same breath as a Middlebury, as Salisbury, as Tufts, as Stevenson. I think we can be a national team that can have a good chance to win a national championship. Right now, this year, we've got a young team, but I think from a potential standpoint, athleticism, I wouldn't count us out. And I do think the future is bright here. I think with our support we're getting and obviously the attention we're getting in recruiting from first-class blue-chip athletes, I do feel like we will have a chance to win a national championship in the future.
He is head coach Sean Woods of the Colorado College men's lacrosse team. We thank you so much for joining us. We're so happy to be on campus, and you're watching SCAC 8 and 8. The number 7 team in the nation was set and ready to go, donning their pink jerseys for their Dig Pink game. A raucous crowd was on tap for this event as they took on Colorado Christian. Let's check out the highlights.
Work it!
Joe and James from the Colorado College basketball teams joining us today during the Colorado College volleyball match. Now I heard, through the grapevine that y'all are expert analysts of volleyball.
Very true.
Okay. Give us your expert analysis of that first set.
The key was we scored more points than them, so I believe we ended up winning the first set.
I think that we're a better team, and that was a big contributor to us winning that set.
That's absolutely brilliant. Now, you guys were a little rowdy in that student section there during the first set. What does it take to be a good student section?
Whatever makes a fool of yourself, you just got to do it as loud as possible.
Short shorts are always a must.
Always good.
A lot of Good-looking guys.
Always good.
Good-looking quadriceps, very important.
Yeah, obviously, you work on those, obviously.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Okay, now where'd you get your paraphernalia? I mean, those are fantastic.
I got it from a thrift store down the street, so good prices for good clothes.
Did you have $20 in your pocket?
I did have $20 in my pocket.
Without going into too much detail, fans made me these shorts. Some fans.
That's nice.
Committed
I like the
fans.
SCAC shirt,
And
by the
this
way.
obviously came from the SCAC tournament. So.
All right, as we'll get you back to the match. Give us your final prediction.
CC in 3.
CC in 3.
These guys know what's up. We'd like to thank Colorado College, its student athletes, fans, faculty, and staff. It's been a great day here in SCAC 8 and 8.
And we'll be in Sherman, Texas tomorrow at Austin College. Come find us.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Thank you.